You're entering VTV's Chamber Zone. Your business community at work. Representing the Vernal area and Duchesne County Chambers of Commerce, here's Adam Massey and Irene Hansen.
So two little girls, huh?
Mm-hmm. Twins.
Hello, I'm Irene Hansen with the Duchesne County Chamber of Commerce. My co-host, Adam Massey, is not with me today. Once in a while, we just bring some very special guests. And today I have Mr. Wilson, Dean Wilson, Director of Student Services for Duchesne County School District. You know, you were actually on my last show, but we just couldn't get to everything. So thank you for coming back. I'll tell you, we live in a very exciting time in the Uinta Basin. And we're growing, we're thriving, new people moving in. Let's talk a little bit about the growth that we're seeing as far as new students. We talked last time about building 2 new elementaries, but how many students are we seeing coming to Duchesne County?
You know, a lot of it depends on the area. In some areas we have increases of upwards of 8 and 9% growth.
Wow.
So a lot of it depends on the area, but as a school district, we're very aware of this need. We're planning for the future with these 2 new elementaries as well as our master building schedule moving forward. We will be looking at plans for a new Union High School soon. So that process is in the next 5 years. We're going to definitely start to look at that, as well as upgrades around the district from Altamont to Duchesne. So it's an exciting time. It's a challenging time, but I think that we are very well equipped to handle those challenges that come up with it.
You know, I think the residents, we realize the value of education. My children were a product of Duchesne County School District. You know, one of the benefits that we have here in the Uinta Basin is our children are able to attend, when they're in high school, they're able to attend the Applied Technology College and Utah State University. Tell us a little bit about how those partnerships continue to be created, and what does the future look like for concurrent enrollment?
You know, one of the most exciting things that we were able to undertake last year in our school district was the approval of what's called the 5x5 schedule, where we aligned all of the schools within the district on a common schedule, as well as aligned to Uinta County School schedule and Utah State's concurrent enrollment offerings. So this year we're proud to offer 17 concurrent enrollment classes to East Side students in Duchesne County and 15 to the West Side students as well. That's offered through Utah State. We're also able to broadcast classes from school to school. For instance, as we speak right now, there's a Spanish 2 class that's being broadcast from Union High School to Tabiona High School because we're on the same schedule. So as we move forward, having a common schedule and some of the opportunities that allows us to partnership with Utah State as well as the ATC as well as within our own schools, we really hope that students will be able to take more classes than they ever have before. At Duchesne High School right now we have a concurrent enrollment class where there's 38 students that are accessing it for the very first time. So some very, very unique things that we're able to do, and some really exciting things as well.
You know, one of the things is I talk to people and tell them, of course, I'm always bragging, getting out my brag book. I'm from Duchesne County. One of the things we're known for, and of course it's working to be our strength, and that is that we do have 4 high schools. We're a small county with a reasonably small population. A lot of people might think, my goodness, you might be crazy if you have 4 high schools, but you know what? We have 4 strong educational communities. Tell us a little bit about our 4 high schools.
Absolutely. I am a huge proponent of our 4 high schools. We have great community leaders, and for the students that attend all of our communities, you want leaders and heroes from within those communities.
Yes.
That's one thing that all 4 schools are able to accomplish. The other nice thing about our 4 schools is we have principals PLCs, we have district-wide PLCs, professional learning communities, where we'll meet monthly or weekly to ensure that students have access to the same curriculum, to the same data, so that teachers can share ideas, administrators can share ideas, and really we are 4 separate entities within Duchesne County, but we function as one. So we've got great things from Tabiona to Union High School happening. So.
And again, there is a strength when communities like that have that educational institution to rally around. We've had Sterling Scholars, we've had students from all of our high schools that have graduated with honors, with scholarships, that have gone on to be honest with you, well known and recognized throughout the nation, that have come from some of our small schools. So again, we celebrate Duchesne County small schools. But you know what? At the end of the day, what really matters is academics. I mean, where do we stand in Duchesne County School District?
You know, we stand, we are leaders within the state of Utah and as well as within the nation. We've had teams of teachers that have been able to present at the state legislature on new assessments, on common curriculum. We're right now partnering with outside agencies, and they're modeling a lot of what we're doing within our teaching core. They're modeling their products based on what we're creating. So every day we're constantly trying to improve, and we do have some of the strongest teachers in the state of Utah. So I would rank us right at the top.
Wow. And you know what? One of my philosophies is it's easier to prepare than repair.
Absolutely.
And I think being in this proactive time, Duchesne County School District is really setting the tone for learning, for growing, you know, for enhancing teachers' abilities at the same time. Well, I'll tell you, we still have a lot to talk about because we haven't even gotten to sports, which for some of us is the most exciting thing. So we're going to be right back to talk more about the local chambers of commerce, community events, and Duchesne County School District right after this. Join us at this year's Holly Fair in Roosevelt at 4 great locations. Call the Duchesne County Chamber of Commerce at 722-4598. Welcome back to Chamber Zone, your business community at work. Well, I'll tell you, we're in our final wrap-up here, but I still feel like there's just so much to talk about. You know, 20 years, I can remember when my kids, who are now in their 30s, first started school. Gosh, I didn't know if we'd ever see graduation, but we did. And now I've got grandchildren in the Duchesne County School District that are just thriving. And it's just an exciting time to look forward. But you guys are planning out as far as 20 years. Tell us a little bit about your vision, and what do you see for the future? What do you see happening in 20 years? In
20 years, we see tremendous growth and opportunity. It's hard to predict that far out, but we need to take necessary measures now to ensure that when we get to that point, we're well equipped for the students that we're going to have. We do have a master building plan that is in place that has stretched out, predicted all of the replacement for all of the current buildings that we have right now. Some of those plans include a new Union High School, replacing an Altamont Elementary. There's just across the district, we're making sure that we have a very specific cycle for our buildings, as well as a maintenance program to ensure that they are well kept along the way. And you know, they really are community. I mean, they're wonderful community assets. I think of the Roosevelt Junior High, and you know, there's events in there. We've had concerts in there. We've seen nationally recognized speakers come because of having that facility. And so there's all ongoing partnerships with the community and with the district with regard to these wonderful buildings. Altamont the same way. I mean, whether you go to a community play up there or whatever the case is. But you know, how do you work those community partnerships? You know, one of the best things a facility can provide is, again, opportunity. And as we have groups that would like to participate using our facilities, we have a building use agreement. They'll come in, they'll work with the principal, they'll identify dates, and then one of the things that we do is we staff it with our own employees. So it's an opportunity for our employees to give back to the community, as well as provide opportunities for the local communities, whether it's a play, whether it's a speaker. You know, Friday night was a great night. Our football team in Roosevelt, I know, currently undefeated. I'm wearing our Union High School t-shirts. Want to brag on these t-shirts. These were actually donated by Mountain America for every student in the Roosevelt area, so we could have a blackout. Union High School is currently ranked 3rd in the state, and those are the types of opportunities that when you talk about rallying a community, you know, I'm very proud of what the facilities are able to provide.
Absolutely. And I mean, you know what? Sports are a way for the communities to come together and rally. And I have to admit, one of my favorite things I did last year during the Enchanted Forest, we had the Duchesne football team come. They signed footballs. I got one of them, which I will always cherish, because at that time they had had almost 4 undefeated seasons. They ended up finishing out with no losses, won the state championship. But what does it take to develop a program like that? I mean, to have 4 years?
You know, that program has gained national attention. 48 wins was their streak.
Wow.
What it takes is an expectation of excellence, and as you walk into the halls of Duchesne High School, there's an expectation that they're going to do everything great. Whether it's walking through the halls, whether it's their academics, there's just an expectation of excellence that's ingrained in that community and within that school. So a lot of it begins at the elementary level, where you know, they've always been academically successful, and through that academic success brings opportunities to expand, and they've carried that tradition right into their athletics and their arts.
You know, we also did a dinner. We went to Duchesne High School and did a dinner for the students and their parents that were part of the football team. Now, it was amazing when I called the coach. He said, Irene, you know, because I said, gosh, how many are on the team? But as he started, he said, you know what, I want to honor everyone. I want to honor our scorekeepers. I want to honor the ladies who help us bring in dinner the night of the games. So there's such a level of cooperation and friendship and support for our local high schools. But I'll tell you, now Altamont High School, they've got quite the wrestlers.
Oh, absolutely.
All you have to do is follow that team. So tell us a little bit about the wrestling program. People are going there and wanting to live in Altamont for the wrestling program.
Absolutely. The coaches there, Coach Allred and Coach Foy, have done a very, very good job of bringing the community around that sport. They've had multiple state championships. Fell short this last year, but are looking to regroup. Duchesne has a competitive 1A team as well, so we'll have 2 of the best teams in the state right there battling it out. But really the success of Altamont's wrestling lies in their youth program. They have a strong community commitment. They start those kids wrestling at about 5 years old. They'll travel them all around the state, all around the nation to different tournaments, and again, they start them young, and they've got some of the best coaches in the state there. So,
well, you know, if someone wants to get involved, maybe they want to volunteer, maybe they want to help tutor, be a foster grandparent, how can a volunteer get involved in Duchesne County School District?
I tell you what, we welcome all volunteers with open arms, and the best thing to do is to contact each individual school's principal and ask for what opportunities they have for volunteering. I know at Roosevelt Junior High last year they did an adopt a grandparent program where they actually went to the villa and would adopt grandparents.
Oh my goodness.
And there was some reciprocation where families that had been selected to have a student visit them wanted to come into the school. So there's tons of opportunities. Just contact the local principal and they'll be happy to let you know what's available.
Well, Mr. Wilson, again, I just can't thank you for the leadership. You are one of our rising stars in Duchesne County. How lucky we are to have you. I look forward to a great future, lots of fun things going on. And again, we celebrate education in Duchesne County and in the Uinta Basin. I think we're the luckiest people in the world. That's it for Chamber Zone. Join us here next time right on VTV.